had an absolutely wonderful time yesterday working with Kevin. Kevin had come to see me a couple of times now, and in his golf swing he had really got himself into a bit of a pickle. He was really quite across the line at the top. The club face was extremely sharp, and through strike he had really got into this sense of trying to turn out the way and trying to hold the face open. The more he did that, the more the hold opened, the more he was trying to turn through the shot, the more the club face was getting across the line. And not only that, the right hand of his grip was getting really super strong, and it was really affecting the forearm rotation in the backswing. So we had to do two things. We really had to assess what forearm rotation is and what release is. And I believe that so often it's confused. People believe that rolling the forearms in a golf shot means that you're going to roll the toe of the golf club over the heel and hit that shot there. Rolling the forearms, creating forearm rotation, which effectively, if we lifted the golf club up in front of ourselves, that is forearm rotation. This is opening the club face and closing the club face. They are two very different things. So I can make forearm rotation occur and not hit the golf ball a million miles left. So we needed to really ascertain, why is it that the forearm rotation isn't working? And it was really not working in his through swing. So what I really got down to grips with was to change his right hand. His right hand, his left hand was impeccable. A really, really great left hand grip. The right hand needed to get more on top. This right hand being more on top really then started to allow us to put more loft in the golf club. Now, the prevalence of bowing the left wrist in the backswing and trying to shut the face down on the backswing is really something that can get yourself working your forearms in rotation in an odd manner. So all I simply got Kevin to do was alter the right hand and then start to make on the backswing the left wrist and the palm of the right hand look back at him as much as possible. So he really got into this feeling that the club shaft was going to be a long way laid off. So there's the sensation, the palm of my right hand's now looking at me after the right hand being more on top. Remember, if you're looking to change your right hand, make sure that you've got your left hand in a good place, and you can find that good place in that video up at the top there. So we got Kevin then with the palm of the right hand looking more at himself on the way back, which now got the club shaft pointed more off to the left of the target. Now on the way through, with his old release pattern, because of the way his forearms had worked, he then started hitting it right. So I'd instigated the change with the right hand at address to create more forearm rotation. That forearm rotation now meant that the left side of the golf ball, impact and beyond, I really needed to get him to sense the toe of the golf club is now going to close over, because he had had internal rotation of the forearms, particularly the right one, the left one rather, internal rotation of the forearm with the left hand, which made that face open up purely because the face was getting so shut on the way back. So what I got him to simply do was start to feel how the club shaft could lay to the left. So if he was to lift the golf club up in front of him, get the club shaft laying to the left, and then start making some through swings. Now all of a sudden the shaft is laying down. We've got some more forearm rotation. Now I could lay the shaft down to the left and still have the club face open. So at this point over here, that club face is open. I've got a lot of cup in my left wrist. So now all of a sudden, when he starts laying the club face down, the club shaft down, all of a sudden he started to have more of an opportunity to get the ball on target. But you can see that the face was still open. Now, what I wanted him to do, because he's had no forearm rotation and a club face trying to open up because he had been so shut and across the line at the top, I then got him to feel the shaft lay down and a bit more toe over. So it wants to feel a bit more toe over, frowned upon in the golf coaching world. Frowned upon, face rotation. Has to happen. That face has to have an element of face rotation in it. Kevin had killed all of his off. So I then got him to have a little bit more laid down with the club shaft and then a bit more close over with the face. So the face now started to look a little bit more down to the ground rather than back at the camera there. So then, a little bit of lift up, lay the club face down, and now start to feel the club face closing. Now, on the way through, he could start to feel like the face now started to square up and match the path. Now, when he got the odd backswing, where his club face and grip got a little bit strong, and he made that same great through swing, you know where this ball's going, don't you? That ball's going a long way down to the left, because he had all of a sudden got the sense that the left side of the golf swing was in a good place. As long as the left side of the golf swing stayed in a good place, he could really start to feel more loft going back. The more he was able to show the palm to his face on the way back, the more it would allow him to now start to feel how that golf club could swing and start to have more forearm rotation on the way through. So there's the extra loft looking back at him on the way back, and then he could start to feel that club shaft laying down on the other side, and it starts to match up. So a good drill for you all to work out how much forearm rotation you need and the wrist angles that you need. Make sure that you've got your grip in a good shape. And you can check out my grip series. Lift the golf club up in front of you and just start to feel the club face or the club shaft lay to the side, then create the same crease in your left wrist that you have down at setup. So there's your setup, there's the crease in the wrist that we're looking for, there's the lay down, crease in the left wrist that I'm looking for, make a backswing. Then what I want you to do is lift the club up, lay the club shaft down, make sure you've got the same crease in the left wrist and make a through swing. So now all of a sudden you can sense lifting, forearm rotation, good wrist angles. Now on the other side of the shot, you lift the forearms up, lay the shaft down, good wrist angles, that's what it's going to feel like on the other side. And then you can start to match the two up, back and through. So these wrist angles and the shaft pitch, forearm rotation and wrist angles start to make up the opportunity for your shoulders to start to sit down. You've got external rotation of your right arm in your backswing, and you've got external rotation of your left forearm on the through swing. And you've got no sense that you're trying to hold the face open and work against the rotation in your body. My body's trying to rotate, my face is trying to open, which is exactly what Kevin had when he went from being a crossed over shut face guy to trying to turn through and hold it off. He had so much excessive body rotation, he had no arm action. And so the arm action, putting it back into his golf swing, all of a sudden meant he could feel down at the bottom that he had some more arm speed. Arm speed comes from this club trying to swing and create external rotation of the right forearm in the backswing and internal rotation of the right forearm in the through swing. And it's those external and internal feelings of forearm rotation that really gives you a chance to start to make the face behave appropriately on the back of having a super grip. So hopefully that little journey that I took you through with Kevin's golf over a couple of sessions has really helped you understand that forearm rotation with a good grip is really going to help your wrist angles to square the face up and deliver some better angles of attack, club path and face to path value. If you're tired of paying too much for your premium leather golf gloves, head over to gxgolfgloves.com. These are gloves trusted by tour players and elite amateurs alike. Use my code GOODCOACHING to receive 10% off your next order. Go try them out. You won't be disappointed. Thank you so much for being with me. That, my friends, is good coaching.